So Wesley and I are in a debate right now about being able to open this Coors Banquet bottle. He doesn't think I can, and I'm 150% sure I can.
Okay. Have you opened one since you bought that box?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you can, for your own sake.
Should we bet on it? I'd love to bet because I know I'll win this one.
There's nothing to bet on because I know you can't do it.
Oh, there's definitely something to bet on.
I'm gonna need to see this happen
I want to bet first. What do you want to bet on?
I'll do the floors next.
No, you always do the floors, and I do the dishes and the clothes.
I'll do the floors and the clothes and the dishes.
What about a massage? Would you actually give me a massage is the question. You didn't give me a foot massage last night, speaking of.
Okay, I'll give you that foot massage tonight.
No.
Yes.
No, I still get my foot massage because I didn't get it last night.
You either get a foot massage or I do all three of those chores.
No, because I don't know when they're going to get done.
I'll do them today after we record this podcast.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Because you said you're going to cook dinner.
I did.
You're going to just do everything.
Well, you got to pick what you want.
No, I want you to give me a back massage.
Fine.
And a head massage.
No.
A head and back massage.
No. We're not even doing this.
It's because
anymore.
you know I'm going to win. That's why you're...
Come on. I want to see you open it.
Okay. Here we go. You ready? What do you think that's listening? Do you think I'll be able to open it or not? It's a bottle. If you know Coors Banquet bottles, you already know the answer.
Okay.
Did you hear that sweet, sweet sound?
Yeah. This woman can't even open pickle bottles or sauce.
You mean pickle jars? Pickle bottles?
Pickle jars or sauce containers. So I didn't think that she could actually do it.
Y'all, I'm being feisty tonight.
So I'm a little surprised that this actually just happened.
I've opened so many of them. I don't understand how you missed this one. So you get to give me a back massage and a foot massage.
That'll happen. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Yeti
Legs and Basecamp.
Talking
Through
Hiking. I am Yeti Legs.
And I am Basecamp.
And we are your hosts. We're a married couple who through hikes. We've done the PCT, the Tour de Mont Blanc. I did the Colorado Trail. We've done 3/4 of the Arizona Trail.
More like 4/4.
4/4 is complete.
We just have 160 miles left.
But 4/4 is complete.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. 3.5.
Yeah.
If you divide it by 800.
3.5 out of 4. How about that?
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Feels a little better.
But yeah, that is us. We're also ultra runners. We are ultra runners, and we have a beautiful dog. Her name is Loba, Loba. She's a Malamute Husky, and we just released an episode about her. Whenever this one comes out, it'll be 2 weeks ago. So go and check it out. Episode 56, All Things Loba.
Yeah, it's fun. We started listening to it the other day, and the beginning is a little depressing, but I feel like it goes upwards from there.
It gets much better from there. I know. Sorry, we were just so passionate about the well-being of our country and our environment. And regardless of what you think and what you believe, we are not afraid to share how we believe. And honestly, we feel so strongly because we just want everybody to live happier, better lives and for our environment to thrive. So that's really what it boils down to.
That's a good answer. Well, we've decided to start recording again in our bedroom because it's got carpet.
Until we get a studio.
So we're just holding our mics.
Yeah.
So if you hear that's a mic.
That's a mic touch.
That's a mic touch.
Yep. We are back on our PCT weeks. So we took a quick break there. We released an episode about Loba. Then we released a really fantastic interview with Glenn Van Pesky.
Yes, go check it out if you have not.
Yeah, founder of Gossamer Gear and author of Take Less, Do More.
Incredible human being.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to that episode yet, Take Less, Do More with Glenn Van Pesky, covering his book, Take Less, Do More. We highly recommend reading the book before listening to the episode if you can, but if not, the episode should still make a lot of sense. We use a lot of direct quotes from the book and ask his perspective on those quotes and his experiences through his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink of the choice?
Drink of the choice. Pop, pop. We all know what you're drinking because you just opened it up and won a bet.
Le Cours Banquet.
Le Cours Banquet.
I don't know if we mentioned this last time. We may have, but in Costco, they had an entire box, 24 box of Coors Banquet for $20. And I said, this is an offer I cannot refuse. So I got them.
Yes.
So we'll have a few Coors Banquets probably in the next few episodes.
We will. I am drinking the White Buffalo Hefeweizen from Eagle River Brewing Co.,
Ooh.
which is over in Gypsum, Colorado. I didn't know that they had a brewery over
They have a
in
brewery?
Gypsum.
They had one closed down. They have another one?
Apparently. I guess we need to Google this.
We need to go next time we're there.
Yeah.
Whenever we're there again.
We went and did a 2-day, 1-night overnight trip. Half of it was on the Colorado Trail. The other half was on like a Forest Service road, reconnecting to the Colorado Trail, backtracking, making a lollipop.
This was just the last 2 days, by the way.
Last 2 days. We just got back a few hours ago. But there's this little food truck called Otto's.
Oh, you guys.
And it's in Alma, Colorado. We went there yesterday for the first time. We love their burrito and their fried chicken crispy sandwich.
Fried chicken.
Crispy chicken sandwich, fried chicken sandwich.
It's their Otto's original special chicken sandwich.
So we went there again today, and we stopped by this little liquor store. It's called Hoosier Daddy's Liquor. And Hoosier is Hoosier, after the pass right there.
Hoosier Pass.
So that's where we got these beers.
Well, where you got your
Where
beer.
I got my beer, Hefeweizen. Bubblegummy, banana-y, clovey. It's great.
But wait, going back to Otto's really fast. Oh my gosh, we were dreaming about that food while we were hiking after yesterday. So we decided to go back and have food again there.
Yes.
It's so good.
They have this special sauce, and they put dill in it.
It's so good. It's just fire. Lights of fire.
It's better than a dill dough.
I just did a Loba face on you. I just tilted my head.
Yes. So we are covering our PCT week.
Now, what week is this, babe?
This is week 17.
Do you love how I really do no prep for this? He does all the prep.
I do.
He literally has a spreadsheet with all the miles and like notes of what we did.
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing. It's been 3 years now.
Whenever I give like a very brief rundown of the day, the memories start to come back to you.
Okay. Week 17.
Wait, our Cotton World updates are vague at best. We are still at a bit of a limbo space, trying to figure out what to do with our lives, where to move.
Well, Wesley's graduating. He's presenting his huge capstone research project this Friday. His Trash on Trails research project. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm the first speaker in my breakout room, so this is happening 4/18. You know, this would be a fun little episode to talk about as the project and where I found all the trash and what I found.
And then you're graduating.
Yeah, I graduated around May 2nd.
Again.
For the third time. No, fourth time in my life, including high school.
He was like, I don't want to walk again. This is getting ridiculous.
I'm not going.
He's like, I'd only walk for a PhD at this point.
That's true. I've walked for high school, a bachelor's, a master's.
It's a pretty big deal, though, that you went back to school to get another degree.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a bad time to graduate with this degree, but hey.
It is. I've applied for a lot of jobs recently for the Colorado State Forest Service and for Colorado Parks and Wildlife.
Y'all, it's a real thing what's happening.
The Forest Service is experiencing a hiring freeze.
They're not even hiring at all.
Which is terrible because they have to manage our forests and they can only do so well during the summer months of Colorado, which is about 4 to 5 months.
It's going to be pretty devastating because then you got the logging companies coming in and you don't have any forestry technicians to help.
Bare bones.
Oh, it's going to be sad. I'm just grieving. But CPW,
they are actually still hiring. This is wildlife management, Colorado Parks and Wildlife. And
they only
keep getting turned down
because they literally only pick the top 6 ranked. They don't even look at anything. They put you through a number system. And he just got out of school. It's not like he has any experience.
Well, I have plenty of experience, just not
these
jobs.
In these jobs, like wildlife biology or whatever.
Poor guy. I work with this other fella at the brewery. He just recently quit and moved to Fort Collins. But yeah, he's got experience. He's a huge birder at the age of 23. Go figure. Experience in ecology and ecosystems. He's getting turned down for internships because the field is becoming saturated.
It's oversaturated because the federal government fired, anyone that was up to 2 years. And imagine this, they all have 2 years of experience at least. And they're applying now for these jobs.
Was it up to 2?
Yeah, they hired up to 2 years of people.
It was up to a year.
I thought it was up to 2 years.
So 1 year probationary period.
Could have sworn it was 2. Okay.
No.
Okay, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
I just didn't know what you were talking
Okay, sorry,
about.
up to a year, whatever. But they still have more experience than coming out of college. So they're applying for these jobs now to the States.
Yeah.
So thanks. Thanks for all the stress.
Yeah, thanks for the stress. But rallying back here, those are kind of our updates, and we're looking at a few trails to hike this year.
And we need to finish the AZT, which we will.
Yes.
We just can't do it in the summer, y'all, because it's already like 97 degrees down there high.
Crazy hot.
Yeah, so not happening.
PCT, week 17. We start this week off hiking the Hat Rim Trail.
Oh,
This was one where you really sucked the hind tit, girl.
I hadn't struggled like that in a while.
Because you can't hike in the heat. This is complete exposed hiking.
This was like hiking back in the desert again. There was no water.
No water.
And we did a big day this day though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did almost 20 miles this day in the heat, which was good for you.
How was that good for me?
20 miles in the heat is a good day.
20 miles in the heat. Yes.
That's a good one for you.
Oh, yes. Also, didn't I pass out at lunch or something? I think I took a nap because I was in such depletion.
Yeah. This will be one of the many, many photos from this week in our Patreon post. So go check out our Patreon if you want to see some really in-depth photo accounts from our weeks here. But yeah, she's like laying on a tree, under a tree.
Passed out.
Wearing a skort.
Oh my God, I had
She's
such
like
bad
barefoot
chafe.
and her feet are pitch black.
And I had a lot of chafe too.
Yeah. Do you remember at the beginning of the climb up onto the Hat Rim, the hiker cafe guy?
Yeah, I thought he was already in the middle of the Hat Rim.
No, definitely wasn't in the middle. It was at the beginning because it was still kind of cool. He was in a forest.
Yeah, I remember the forest.
Yeah. He was in the forest, and then you get to the trees, and then you get to the open exposed ridge.
Yeah, okay. So we saw him before. Why did I think we saw him after?
I don't know. It was earlier in the day. We had coffee with him.
Oh, that's right. And he didn't do beer.
He didn't do beer, but he had bananas and water.
He had bananas.
Yeah, and honestly,
Coca-Cola.
water was huge out there.
That's true. We always needed water.
He was the last water source until you got off of the Hat Rim, which at the end of the Hat Rim, it's a cow water tank.
That's right. And then a road.
Right off of a road, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember anything about this day, hiking the rim?
I remember we ran into Audible and Frenchie that day. Did we run into a kid, like a 19-year-old kid or something? Am I making that up?
Yeah.
I am making that up. Did I hallucinate him in my heat stroke?
I do remember they were also hiking with this guy who like dyed his hair. His name was Juicy or Juice.
I remember Juicy, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought when we were at that little site where I fell asleep, there was a kid there. Not kid, but like a 19 or 20-year-old kid.
It was a younger guy with his dad out there hiking.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yes. They come in because they wanted to camp there and we were leaving.
Yeah, I think they were Indian.
And they were literally about to set up camp. And it was only like 2:00.
Look, different mindset, different mentality.
Well, listen, I'm judging. But 2:00, they were setting up camp. And we were just about to leave to continue on.
Yeah. So you've got this big like rim thing. You have to climb up on. We climbed up, saw the little hiker cafe, stopped for about an hour, got some food, coffee, water.
And everybody had signed his truck.
Everybody was signing his truck.
There was a whiteboard or something that he had on the back of his truck. He had like this camper van or camper truck or something.
Or was it a bus?
Might have been a bus. Gosh, I don't even remember. It might have been a bus. But I just remember he had a whiteboard or something.
People were signing
in the back.
Yeah.
And we saw all of our friends' signatures.
Which was cool to see.
Yeah.
It's like a hiker logbook.
Yeah, it was cute.
So you leave that area and you climb up just a little bit more. You switch back up through the woods and then you hit the rim.
And it is like Grand Canyon.
It's just raw exposed rim. Pure sun exposure.
Noted.
There are a few trees up there. A little bit of respite from the sun. But for the most part, it's just hot and exposed. And that's what we had to hike through. And that's what everybody hikes through in the PCT. But major struggle for base camp despite being born in Florida.
Yeah. I think living in Colorado, my body has adapted.
You've become weak.
I have become weak to the sun.
Yes. So we did pass out for a lunch break, met that father-son duo who's going to camp, and then we continued on. I remember this was even a painful day for me as well.
Was it? You didn't say anything.
Well, I can't remember how long the actual rim hike itself is, but it felt like it took forever.
I think it was like 10 miles, wasn't it?
It might have been, but I don't remember. I don't want to quote it.
And there was no water at all. So
No.
you're just hoping that you just savor the little water you have.
Yeah. I do remember we leapfrogged with Audible and Frenchie, and Juicy.
And Juicy, yes. I do remember that because you remember Audible likes to smoke.
Yes. So
they would stop for smoke breaks and we would pass them and then they would pass us because they're so fast and then smoke break. And I think he had a smoke break like every 20 minutes.
Felt like it. But eventually you get to the end of the rim ridge and you start to slowly descend and you can see like a few towers that kind of mark the end of the ridge walk going Novo.
You mean like watchtowers? You mean like cell towers?
It wasn't a cell tower. It was like a weather or satellite tower or something up there. So you get to that and then you start to go down. And as we're going down, the sun is starting to set. Beautiful, beautiful sunset this day in particular because it's kind of flat in the area. And we see a bunch of paragliders off in the distance, which is weird. But we didn't know that there's actually a paragliding business around there. So kind of odd to see. There was a big male bull in the middle of the path that we had to get around because we're like in this cow pasture area and they have these really janky fences that you have to cross and like put back together whenever you get through them. There was a big bull in the middle of one of the trail sections who we kind of had to get around. And then once we get to the bottom off of the hat rim, what we were talking about earlier, you get to that cow tank where all the cows go to get water. We are filling up our water vessels and water bottles and all that jazz. And these two hikers come up next to us. And one is just running his mouth 90 miles an hour. And the other one is super quiet. And the one who's like running his mouth, he's like, "Hey, my name is Sprocket." And
okay. This was all this same day?
He's like, "You know who I'm hiking with, right?"
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And he points to his partner, and we're like, "No, we have no idea who this guy is." And it was Jupiter.
It was Jupiter. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I blacked out, but totally, you should have seen my face this whole time he's talking. I am trying to recollect. Where the fuck are we in this story? And now I remember. Because I do remember the bull, because we're going through cow pastures and they're like cow pastures that are just like desert cow pastures, I feel like, but with some cute little trees. And like, what are the desert trees that we always see all the time besides junipers?
Manzanitas?
Didn't we see manzanitas and junipers around here too?
I don't remember.
I could have sworn we did.
Man, I wish I could go back now and have the tree knowledge that I do now before we hiked the PCT.
I know.
Because I would have been nerding out on all the tree species.
Totally. Well, I just remember, yes. Okay. We descended down into this area that had campsites and this little cow trough. And we decided we were going to pitch there for the night. And I am like done. I am just done this day. I'm hot. I am depleted of salt. And I just want to go, I just want us to literally get in the tent and go to sleep. And I do remember these two guys coming down to the cow trough and we walked over there to get water.
Yes.
We were saying something about our water. We were saying something about it being really slow filtering or something because we just hadn't cleaned it. And then this one kid, whatever his name was.
I think it was Sprocket.
It was Sprocket? I could have sworn it was something else.
Gear shaft, sprocket, some mechanical component.
And he was actually yo-yoing.
Yeah.
But he reminded me so much of Optimus. He kind of looks like Optimus.
But like a really arrogant version of Optimus. But more
arrogant, yes. And he goes something like, "Well, you can clean out your filter." And I think I was just like, "Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Like, duh, we've been on this trail for how long now?"
Yeah.
Because I know we can clean our filter out.
Are we making an enemy of people renowned in the hiking community?
Oh, I don't care. I don't know who this person is. But
I still don't really know.
I don't remember his name. But I do remember, yes, how he said something like, "Oh yeah, this is Jupiter." And this guy who was not talking at all and was super quiet and was kind of enjoying the moment. I feel like he was like observing all of us talking. And could tell I was quite annoyed probably by this kid.
Yeah. I think he enjoyed the fact that none of us knew who he was.
Yeah, I had no clue who he was. And then he said something about Jupiter. And then it hit me. I was like, oh, yeah, Optimus has been talking about Jupiter this whole time. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, cool. Nice to meet you. Well, I hope you've had a great hike or something like that. And then I was like, I'm going to go to bed. I was like, I'm done.
I'll be honest, Jupiter was a very pleasant person.
Mhm.
You know, he only spoke
was.
whenever he needed to. He didn't run his mouth.
Yeah, he was really nice.
Overall, just pleasant demeanor.
Yeah, he's great.
So Jupiter and Darwin were like the two hikers that Optimus had been talking about the whole trail.
He like man crushed on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only reason we even knew who Jupiter was. If Optimus had never talked about him and this guy had been like Jupiter, I've been like, who are you? Like, okay.
And admittedly, we never like fanboyed or girled on any YouTube hikers or anyone, so we didn't know.
The only one we ever crushed on was Fozzie.
Fozzie, because we read his books.
Because we read his books, and then
Yeah.
also
Carrot Quinn.
no, I haven't listened to that one. Journeys North. Scout.
Scout and Frodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are the only two I feel like if I saw them on trial, I'd be like, oh, you're blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Which we have an interview coming up with Fozzie. We're
I
really excited
know.
about that.
Spoiler alert, you
I know.
guys. I'm so excited. If you have never checked out Fozzie, you should. He's got incredible books. He's hiked a lot.
Yeah.
Great human.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy that one. The Last Englishman is probably his best known book about hiking.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But yes, I do remember that. And I was really done that day. And then I think we honestly
We were
cooked.
We were kicking rocks kind of for the next 15, 20 minutes trying to find a decent campsite on flattish ground.
Yes, for our 3-person tent.
So we ended up pitching on the side of a very slight angled hill.
Yes, because you and I kept arguing about it. I was like, no, our head should go this way. And Wesley's like, no, we should go this way.
Y'all.
That is probably one of
The biggest argument any couple will ever have
is where do you put your tent?
whenever you're backpacking is where do you put the tent and where do your feet and head go?
Wait, no, it's slanted this way. No, it's slanted that way. No, babe, I swear it's slanted this way. Anyway, yeah, it's a fun
whole thing.
It's a fun argument.
It is. You have one of those big ass, what is it, in Israel?
Oh no,
Jerusalem?
that was the next morning. The cricket.
Oh,
that just-
yeah. What are they called? Jerusalem
It's
crickets?
yeah.
That thing. No, it's not what it's called.
It's a camel cricket, but it's like a Jerusalem. It's huge. It's like
It's a big old juicy bug.
it's like 2 inches. Is that 2 inches?
But it looks like an ant.
And it flies.
Does
And
it fly?
It was inside of my
No,
shoe.
it doesn't fly. It was inside of your shoe.
That was the next morning. No, well, yes, but I guess we had a good night. I don't know. We slept fine. I kept thinking cows were going to come up and buy our tent. Did they come by our tent? Maybe they did.
I think I heard them kind of hoofing around during the night, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, because there were cows everywhere. We were in a cow pasture.
Yeah, and they typically bed down at some point in the night too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember waking up the next morning and I found this huge ass. I think it is called a Jerusalem cricket, and it's.
Oh, I really want to know now.
I'm almost positive it is, but it is a monster and
It's like
terrifying.
red and yellow. It has a big angry red head.
Oh my God! And it I was about to put my shoes on or I think I was just moving my shoes.
And it slipped
And it
out of the
was
toe box
Oh God. That's why moral of the story, always look inside your shoes
before putting them on.
because you don't know if a spider is in there. You don't know if a camel cricket's in there. You don't know if a cow ant's in there and will bite you and poison you. You don't know if a snake's in there, a baby snake.
It's true.
You don't know. It wants a cool place to sleep at night.
Inside of a stinky, smelly, sweaty shoe.
I mean, I feel like nature loves stinky smells. Loba loves stinky smells.
Apparently she does.
Yeah, so
I do remember we had gotten up early this day. So that whole
really
the bug
early.
incident happened.
It's like 4:00 in the morning, wasn't it?
4
And I
o'clock in
was
the morning.
screaming, and I was like, "Oh crap! There's people around us still sleeping."
Yeah, because this is what I remember. We were trying to get to Highway 299, which is the road that takes you into Burney, California, and we were gonna have this sweet woman. Her name was Chris Hyde. She had agreed to pick us up at that highway and take her to her house. She had like a hiker hut thing outside, and she was gonna host us. So we wanted to get up early to maximize our time in the town of Burney and the time at her place. What I remember is we were hiking in the pitch black, and then we see a little bit of twilight. And as the twilight is coming up, we almost walk on top of some hikers that are cowboy camping. And it
Which
was
happened.
it was Jupiter
It was
and
Jupiter.
the other guy, right?
Yeah. No, I think Jupiter was by himself.
Might have been.
Maybe the other guy, the kid, like camped somewhere else, or I don't know. But yeah, Jupiter, I think was cowboy
Don't
camping.
ask how we were able to identify him without staring at his face with a headlamp. We tried.
I think it was because I looked at it. He was tall, and that was a tall body.
Yeah. So tall person had to be Jupiter, right?
It had to be Jupiter. And that was like 10 miles later too, I think, or
Yeah, that was pretty
far in.
pretty far into our morning.
That would have been like 40 miles for him or something.
Yeah. This ended up being an 18-mile day. But I do remember out of nowhere there was like a lava rock flow. Like an old lava flow, and the lava turns into a rock, and it's like metamorphic. I think it's metamorphic. I'm not a rock person. I'm an animal and ecology person.
Me either.
But
geology.
Yeah. But I do remember it being painful on the feet, hot, radiating heat.
Yes, it was just hot.
And then we made it to the road.
We did. It was a beautiful feeling.
Sweet Chris. I know we just blew through 18 miles of hiking.
I
like
don't
it was
remember
nothing.
other than it was in the dark for most of it. And then the last.
Unless you keep a detailed journal of everything,
won't remember.
There will be giant gaps in your memory.
Other than the highs, I feel like the greatest highs and the greatest lows I remember.
I remember a high this day. So Chris, sweet woman, very detailed and structured, picked us up. And before to go into her house, which was in the Hat Creek area, she took us to the town of Burney. You remember the first place she took us?
To a diner.
So we ate at the diner, and then as we're leaving, these two looks like something out of a Joe Dirt movie. Like they're wearing skin tight cut off jean shorts.
And they yell our names.
And it is Deuces and Toby.
Toby, yeah, that was great.
I'm like, what the hell are we seeing here? I swear to God, those shorts were too tight for you, Deuces. If you're listening to this,
that was so funny.
Like I could see full on outline.
Definition.
But yeah, she took us to our place after Burney, and she had a bit of an oasis there. Do you want to describe the compound of Chris Hyde?
I'll do my best.
It's right off of the Hat Creek.
So when you drive in, it feels like this beautiful oasis with lots of trees, like protecting the property, and it's green grass everywhere. And then there's this cute little like farm shed thing as you enter to the left, and then you see their house coming up on the right. And it was just this cute house with a back deck, and then there was this gorgeous creek right there, just flowing right beside their house. And when she pulled up, there was this massive tent. I mean, I am talking, shed size. Like you can walk in it. You don't hit your head in it. It's like
there's a bed in it. It's like a full on size bed.
Yeah, full size bed. There's a fan. It's like a 10-person tent feeling. Like it's got like chairs.
It's an event tent with sides.
It's amazing. So Chris is saying, hey, that's where you guys are going to be, if that's okay.
Chris Hyde, by the way, is a female.
Yes, and she's the sweetest woman. Oh my gosh. So she's like, you guys can be right there. You can do laundry in our house. So I remember her saying, like, go into the tent or whatever, decompress, and then you can do laundry, and then I'll have some food for you guys. Some, like, I don't know, another snack? Because we had already eaten at the diner. And then this sweet woman, she just wanted to feed us.
She made sandwiches for lunch, for like a late lunch. You were trying to take a nap in the tent.
I was so tired.
And I'm like walking around, and she called me over, and she's like, hey, go get Basecamp so that y'all can have these sandwiches for lunch.
Sweet Chris. Why didn't we just eat them in the tent?
Well, because she had everything set up on the table outside.
She had like a cute setup, and I was so tired, y'all. Maybe I wasn't sleeping well through this section or something, because I was like exhausted.
Maybe.
And I was like, I just want to take a nap.
But that nap was not yet.
Because then I decided to go ahead and go in and get some sandwiches.
Well, yeah, but the sandwiches were like laid out as a buffet kind of situation on the table outside. So you had to like sit at the table to eat the sandwich, which is completely fine for me.
This woman had a beautiful feast for us.
Treated us like royalty. Oh my gosh. This woman just laid out the red carpet. It was incredible. We're super grateful for you, Chris, if you're listening to this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But Basecamp did get her well-earned
I finally did after that lunch.
Nap and shower after that.
Yeah. And their son had a husky,
Yeah, he did.
which converted you, I think.
I think so. The husky was so sweet.
Yeah, I told Wesley, I was like, I've told him since I've known him that I want a husky. I've dreamt of having a husky since I was 6 years old, and ever since White Fang. And I was like, and side note, Loba looks very like similar to White Fang, which is so wild to me. But he had a husky, Chris Hyde's son, and I had talked a lot with Wesley about having a husky. And so then when the husky was so well behaved, I was like, see, babe, huskies can be well behaved.
They can be. And ours is still working on that.
I mean, she's gotten so much better. And a
She
lot of people
has.
say to me all the time, like, oh my gosh, your husky is so well behaved. Like, she doesn't leave the brewery when the doors are open most of the time.
I have to agree with them, honestly. No, she does a great job of that. Unless there's food involved.
Oh, food or animals.
If there is a food or a critter involved, like
it's
all
like
bets are off.
All senses go out of her brain. It's like she isn't here.
Unless you literally use the tone or the vibrate on the e-collar to snap her out of it.
It's like, yeah, she has selective hearing.
She does. But yes, Chris Hyde's place, back to that.
It was a dream. It was so nice. Like,
I think she had a burger thing for us for dinner that night. As much as we wanted to really do a zero here, we couldn't, or at least we didn't think that we could afford the time. And later on, you'll see that we couldn't have afforded
we
a
couldn't.
zero.
Yeah, it's actually good that we pushed through NorCal like we did.
Yeah.
Because I had a bad feeling, and I was like, I really think we just need to keep pressing on.
Yep. She did our laundry for us, let us take showers, fed us lunch, dinner, and then breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
The next day's breakfast was awesome. And we had to say our unfortunate farewells for then.
Yeah. But you know what? If looking back in hindsight, I wish we had taken a zero there and not taken a zero in Shasta or Dunsmuir.
Dunsmuir. Yeah.
I wish we'd
definitely
taken it
agree.
with Chris. Yeah.
Chris, we would have loved to spend another 24 hours with you.
It would have been so wonderful.
Heaven. Honestly, heaven.
Yeah. And it was also just like the wind was rustling the trees. You could hear the creek right there. Like, it was a nice big creek too.
I should have just like gotten naked and let my willy flap around in the creek. It would have felt so good.
You should have been hiding somewhere then. It was such an open Chris. I don't know what Chris would have done.
Like
She
Chris,
probably would have liked it.
don't look in the northeast corner of your property.
Wesley's getting naked.
Would have felt so good.
Oh.
What would have also felt good is getting in Burney Falls, because this next day, Chris takes us back to the trail, and we have to hike to the Burney Falls State Park area. And Burney Falls, if you've never seen it, it is a split waterfall, and it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. There was a lot of people there, though. A lot of tourists, which I'm not going to lie, once you're out there for that long, 4 months in almost, you do not want to be around other people that are not thru hikers. Like, I hate to say that, unless they're a trail angel, but like, or unless they're truly interested. But tourists,
it's hard to be around tourists who are just looking to spend a lot of money, hike no more than 2 miles to see a vista.
Or one,
yeah.
Sorry, we it's a hard place. I know. I mean, I know that we have been tourists before too.
Whenever we've been tourists, we've hiked many miles.
We typically hike 5 to 10 to experience it.
Except for waterfalls in Iceland. We couldn't hike that far.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us. We did hike a secret volcano, though, and no one else was hiking.
We did. So at the Burney Falls State Park, instead of going down to the waterfall, which is the main attraction for the whole state park, what we do is communicate with Jolly from Jolly Gear to get
new sun shirts. Because my sun shirt is done.
Mine as well. And so we order with him, and he gives us free shipping. He just sends them up to Redding, California, which is where we'll be in a few days. And unfortunately, the only ones that he had in our sizes were the same color and design.
The same damn color and the same damn pattern.
So these were the OGs, the Casa Oranges. So
if you've ever seen pictures of our finish of the PCT,
we're wearing them.
I promise we did not intentionally match.
Yep, those are the Casa Orange Jolly Gears. And to this day, we still have those shirts.
Yes.
Yep.
Did I still have the Skort at this point?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the pictures.
I did, because I used the Skort through Oregon.
Did you?
Remember, because it was so bad, the Skort, that I was like, I'm over this. And so I started using the shorts that you had, the chicken leg shorts.
I remember that.
I feel like the Skort started, I think I threw it away when we were doing a road walk.
It started like bad chafing. But yeah, we get our Jolly Gear shirts. Thank you so much, Jolly, for expediting those to us and covering the shipping. Really appreciated you.
They were a great finish out for the trail too.
Yeah.
It was so much nicer than the one I had before.
Yeah. And they took us all the way from Burney to the
end.
northern terminus.
Yeah.
So
And they were still in great shape. Like
There's
we
a
still
testimony.
have them.
yeah, no holes yet.
Nope. Just smelly.
The other thing that we did in Burney Falls State Park was eat ice cream and get beer at the
Yes.
little convenience store.
Yes.
And then we hiked through the rest of the park, and you come up to this dam that they are doing active construction on, and you have to be escorted across the dam
That
by
was-
by an employee. Yeah.
It was really cool, actually. Yeah, they would close it off, and they wouldn't let anyone on except for thru hikers. It was pretty legit. Didn't we take videos?
Oh yeah, I've got like 2 or 3 videos from that.
And this is when we say dam, like this was not just some cute dam. Like this was a huge ass bridge, like massive bridge.
Yeah.
That was very long.
Massive, like my love for you. That.
I know what that love is.
Oh yes. The bridge, and then we ended up camping at this place called Rock Creek Falls, which I have no recollection or photos of what that looked like, but that's where we camped. What I do recall is that the next day is a bit of a blur, honestly. So what I wrote down is we hiked. I have a picture of your toes sticking through your sock. We met a couple with matching shirts. You remember the couple? They were about our age, and they both had the bug catcher, like light tan white shirts on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we actually follow them on Instagram now.
Yep. What's their names?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
And then I have
They were night hiking. This is when we ran into the deer.
Yes. Yeah, we hiked with a few other new people this day, and then we camped in a very thick forest with a lot of thick fern underbrush.
Oh my gosh, this might be one of my favorite campsites of the entire trail.
Yeah. We literally pitched about 3 feet off of the PCT trail.
Yes. And also,
which you're not supposed to do.
No, you're not. But it was a really lovely campsite. It was getting dark, and we had done 30 miles this day.
Almost 31.
Almost 31. So we're just like done and tired. And I remember the sun being out for a long time. Remember how we were starting to go to bed? It was still daylight outside.
Yeah.
And I think we pitched around 7.
Well, because we're in June now.
Yeah. So it's long days.
Yeah.
And the sun's not going to bed until 9.
Going to bed.
I mean, that's what we say in film.
Yeah,
going to bed.
This is end of June, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, approaching July.
Yeah. So I remember it wouldn't get like pitch black dark till like 9:30, I think.
Yeah, kind of later in the day. So we had plenty of hours to hike, which benefited us because we were slow.
Yes. But I do remember that couple was pretty delirious. I think because
Were
they
they?
had been doing a 24-hour job. I don't know, but they were delirious.
Bless their hearts. But
Yeah.
they were nice enough.
No, they were super nice. I just remember them being delirious, I think, because they've been hiking for so long.
And that they matched.
And then they matched. That's all I remember.
Little do we know, we were about to be like the quintessential matching couple
Oh,
soon.
God. You could see us from a mile away in our orange.
I
I was like,
know.
oh no, we match. And then the worst thing was when everybody be like, oh my gosh, you guys match. And you're like,
no shit, Sherlock.
yes, I know we match. I know.
So the next day, let me paint this picture for you. Imagine you are warm in your sleeping bag. You finally got to sleep. You've had a good few hours of REM. Like you were just in the sleep zone.
You mean about 10 or 11? This was that night.
You were just in the sleep zone. And then all of a sudden you hear,
And it's loud.
it sounds like absolute chaos
Dun, 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 dun.
just a few feet away from the outside of your tent.
And I'm like, it's a bear. I know it's a bear. It's a bear. It's a bear.
Yep.
We
So
haven't seen a bear yet.
we both jump up in the middle of the night. After a few hours sleep, half delirious, not knowing what's happening.
Like, make sure that bear doesn't steal our food.
And she refuses to stick her head out
I
her
don't
side
want to
of the
see
tent
it. I don't want to see it
because the noise is coming largely from her
from
side.
my side.
And so I open my vestibule, my side of the mesh. I stick my head out, and there is a young buck, literally like a buck, running up the ground where she had peed just a few hours before.
Yes. I had peed like I think 3 times around there, so it
Yes.
went to town.
There was
on all
there
of
was a
them.
buck running it up, and so we continued to hear this buck until sunlight the next morning.
And then there were 2.
And then there was a second one when we finally woke up and got out of our tent, and they were just hanging out around our campsite, eating a little bit of underbrush because they're grazers.
They weren't even skittish.
No,
It was so cool to
pretty
experience.
conditioned.
But I think a lot of it, this is my theory, is they're so close to the national parks around there, like Lassen.
Lassen was a few days behind us, but we were really close to the state park.
Or the state park, but you're not allowed to hunt in these areas. And I don't know about the state park.
I'm not sure about state parks.
But national parks you can't.
Yeah.
And it's just very fascinating because in this area of NorCal, the deer were very friendly. Like they were not afraid of us.
Yeah.
And I just feel like typically deer, run from humans because of hunting.
Typically.
But not these deer.
No.
It was shocking.
And they had their beautiful velvets.
I know. And they were like 4-year-old bucks.
Yeah, they had some pretty nice antlers going on.
They were so cute.
Yeah. It was we actually loitered for like an extra 45 minutes
Just
to take videos and
them,
pictures and to watch them.
Yeah, and they kept watching us.
So, moral of this story is just know that other critters will go after your pee and your poop because there are basically minerals in there
that they need.
So they're going to find salts, potassium, sodium, things like that. And they will rut up what you have peed on if they find it. And that is why, especially in alpine ecosystems, so above tree line, you are supposed to pee on rocks. That way the mountain goats and the bighorns don't rut up the fragile vegetation up there in those ecosystems.
See, okay, being a female though, peeing on rocks, it comes back.
It splashes.
It splashes onto me.
That's the word.
So you're a male and you can stand up and pee.
And I can angle it and I can have a trajectory.
Whereas females, if we want to squat and pee like females do and not use a funnel.
Well, you can just pee on exposed soil or like loose pebbles.
What about grass? No grass.
You're not supposed to.
Just soil.
Yeah.
So just dirt.
Dirt.
Whoopsie.
If you were to say dirt in front of my professors, they would shame you.
Whatever.
Because dirt is...
I am the normal person.
Because dirt is dirty and it is nasty and it's useless, whereas soil is the reason we are all still alive today.
Okay.
Yeah. It's true.
Fine.
It's a lot of...
soil.
Dude, there's a whole realm of science behind the study of soil.
I kind of feel bad now because whenever we backpack in alpine terrain around here, I don't pee on just soil or rocks. I pee on grass.
Well, also, I mean, you do what you can. If you don't have any exposed soil, then what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Hold it, baby.
Oh, yeah. Hold it all night and then get a UTI.
Pee in a water bottle.
Let's try that and see what happens.
Yeah, no thanks.
I'll get it everywhere. Okay, where are we at? Oh my God, the sweet deer. That was just such a cool experience.
Yep. And the only other thing I remember about this day is camping near this place called the Cabin Creek Trailhead. That is where, so if y'all don't know, I look at the Garmin recordings from the watch I used for every single day, and it shows me to stop at an endpoint. And the end point for this day was just Cabin Creek Trailhead.
This wasn't that place where the cabin was it?
No.
Where we ran into Bildy?
No.
That was right before Etna, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think so too, because that's when we ran back into Bildy Bear. But I just remember because there's this place that's haunted on the trail in NorCal, and it's in 2 books we've listened to, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to camp here because I'm not even kidding. 2 different accounts on 2 different books, and they didn't even know each other within different years, had very similar accounts.
Yeah.
And it was, one of them was a little girl running around their tent in the middle of the night. And then she leaned down to where the woman, it was a couple as well in one of the books. And this little girl leaned down in the middle of the night and she whispered to the woman of the book and said, "Are you sleeping?
Come play with me.
Come play with me." And then she freaked out and she's like, "Are you awake?" to her husband. She's like, "Are you hearing this?" And her husband's like, "Yeah, I'm hearing this." Then they heard a woman scream, "Get out."
Yeah.
And so they packed up in 2:00 in the morning and left. Fozzie had the same encounter and said he packed up.
Fozzie just had someone screaming,
"Get out." They scream, "Get out" too.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
We'll ask him whenever we interview him.
Okay, we should ask him. Yeah. But I was really creeped out by this. I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want to camp wherever this creepy place is.
Yeah.
And so as we're getting into NorCal, I'm like very aware. Constantly like, wait, is this it? Do I feel an energy here?
I think this Cabin Creek trailhead, we were very close to where Audible and Frenchie were, because the next day.
Oh, yeah. It was a beautiful overlook, I think, then. Because I remember them camping in a spot that was a gorgeous overlook of the chalk, or those cliffs, the white cliffs.
So we camped at this spot, and then we caught up to where they were camping the next morning as we were hiking.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different day then.
Kind of downhill to...
I'm thinking of a different day because we passed them to camp somewhere as the sun was setting. It was beautiful, so it wasn't that day.
Yeah. So this Cabin Creek trailhead, we camped there, woke up and started hiking before Audible. And Frenchie had even gotten up because we started hiking by their campsite as they're packing up. And this is... So we take this like little shortcut that is mentioned in a comment and far out. We're not taking the actual trail because there was something up with the trail. It was sketchy or was something.
It like
I don't remember.
They'd had a washout or something, I think.
Or maybe this little spur, like extra 2 miles off trail, just had better views, and that's why we took it.
Maybe that was it.
But you can see Castle Crags in the background. It was stunning.
Stunning.
So we see Audible and Frenchie. We hike past them, and of course, just a few miles before reaching Interstate 5, they fucking pass us.
Of course, they always do.
Because we stopped to take a picture by the mile marker, 1,500? As we always do.
I realized we took so many selfies. Babe, we don't take any selfies anymore. We didn't take one on this backpacking. We don't take any selfies.
Oh my gosh.
We don't take any selfies anymore.
That's because
is this something we need to talk about?
No, I think it's because I keep using the Canon, and the Canon is really hard to take. The Nikon. The Nikon's hard to take selfies with.
We had some beautiful views this last trip too.
I know. We need to take more selfies.
I feel very sad about that.
We took more selfies on the Arizona Trail than I think you thought we did.
I don't think we took that many. I think on the PCT we were just so excited to be alive.
Yeah.
And we had only been married a year.
Now we're bogged down by life.
5 years in.
Oh my God. No, I don't think it's subconscious. I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, you're my favorite.
You're my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew is my favorite this day whenever he picked us up, though.
What a transition. Oh, my God.
So she knew this couple, Andrew and Tiffany.
I knew this couple because Tiffany and I, so back in my ministry days, because I used to be a missionary, do a lot of ministry, I had moved to Pennsylvania and worked with I worked with a couple that I'd met in Israel and Palestine, and I felt like I needed to serve them for a season. And so I did. So I literally just moved to Pennsylvania for like a year and served them. And I met Tiffany, and Tiffany and I actually became very close. And she was from, she went to Bethel Redding before that. And I went to Bethel Atlanta before that. So we kind of bonded over all that. Sorry, giving a backstory. But Tiffany and I actually did become close in Pennsylvania, and then she moved, or she left. She went back home. It was wild because she was dating Andrew at the time when I met her. Well, they ended up getting married, having kids. So they reached out to us, and Andrew had been following our story and was like, yo, I would love to help you guys out. You're pretty close to where we live off the trail in the Shasta area. So he was like, would love to help you guys out. And we're like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. So he picked us up, Andrew did, and took us to the Redding post office.
Where we got our Jolly Gear shirts.
Yes.
Where else did he take us? Oh, a gear store. Yeah, we got the tips replaced on our trekking poles because we were scraping plastic, y'all. There was no metal left.
Yeah, and then we went back to their house, and I got to catch up with Tiffany.
We had showers, and they made us little snacks.
So yeah,
got to see their beautiful family and their nice house and where they lived.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
Why didn't we stay with them? Why did we want to go to Dunsmuir? What the hell was in Dunsmuir?
I don't know. I think I was kind of in a weird recluse space.
You didn't want to socialize.
I just didn't want to socialize with anyone at that point, I feel like.
That's fair.
I think because we were doing such high miles, I was probably just like, I just want to sleep.
I just
You
want
wanna
to sleep and
sleep,
eat
yeah.
and watch TV
And watch
and
something.
have sex.
Yeah, that was pretty much just all my basic needs being met.
Is TV a basic need?
No, I don't even think we watched that much TV.
No, we didn't.
It was more sleep, eat, have sex.
Yes, that.
But no, it was great to catch up with them. And he dropped us off in Dunsmuir, which is close
Oh.
to the town of Shasta.
Yes.
This was a big faux pas. Like, you just don't know what mistakes you're making until you're making them on the trail.
Big mistake was made here.
But don't stay in Dunsmuir.
No, at least go to Shasta. I'm sure it's better.
Go
We
to
didn't go.
Shasta. We wanted a hotel. That was the other thing, I think, is I wanted a hotel because I wanted a hotel and we could just walk around naked. I think that's what I wanted. And
Even if you don't do anything, it's just nice to be able to walk around naked and have that option.
yeah,
It's kind of nice.
it's freedom.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want a hotel where we can just walk around naked and have sex whenever we want. And Dunsmuir's where we went. And this hotel was not the best
No.
because the other option was an RV park in Shasta.
Yeah.
And I didn't want an RV park because we hadn't had a hotel since Chester.
Yeah.
And that was a while back.
It was more of a motel.
It was definitely a motel.
Yeah.
It was an okay area, but like he knew we were backpackers. And I swear to you,
He gave us
us
the janky room.
a shitty room because we were backpackers. And that shit pisses me off. I'm like, do I need to pay extra so we can have a nicer room? Like,
Yeah.
is that what we need to do here?
So, honestly, yes, a lot of accommodations in town will give you hiker discounts for lodging, but I think it's honestly better to pay a few extra bucks and to get a nicer room and order in advance before they know you're a hiker.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
Go ahead and book it in advance. Don't even, I know when you get there, it will, you might look like a hiker, but honestly, what I started doing is I just leave my pack close to Wesley and I would check us in.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't
Even
know.
though she was filthy.
Yeah, but they wouldn't know I was a backpacker then because they didn't see my backpack.
That's true.
And so I would typically book our rooms in advance if I could, or when we got into town, because I did not want them to give us a shitty room. And that was the day I was like, okay, never again.
Never. Yes.
But
Thanks-
it was fine.
Thanks, Andrew, for taking us to Dunsmuir and running all those errands.
We really appreciate it.
This week ends with us taking a zero in
Dunsmuir.
Dunsmuir. All I remember about our zero in
I said
Dunsmuir,
we had to walk,
there was no public transport, so we had to walk to like the downtown area
which
from
was
our
a mile
motel.
and a half.
And we really, really wanted a good big breakfast, but all the breakfast places were closed for some weird reason.
It was just our luck for sure. It was like Dunsmuir was the worst place to take a zero.
We just ended up going to a pizza place that opened at like 11 o'clock, getting pizza, beers, and literally we went back to the motel and just
chilled.
chilled, and it was great.
Didn't we have something delivered to us that night? I think I had like DoorDash
I
or
think
something.
we had more pizza.
Or we had more pizza delivered. I was like, we're getting delivery.
or Italian or something like
Or
that.
Italian. I just remember we did delivery. I was like, we're not going back out.
No, because that's walking another mile and a half one way, mile and a half back.
It's 3 miles. And y'all, I know that sounds like, oh, but you're already hiking so much. But honestly, when you're hiking, every mile counts on trail, and every mile that's not on trail that you have to walk
It's true.
doesn't count. And that's a lot that your body's already exhausted having to do.
Yeah.
So you just want to rest when you don't have to.
And honestly, for my capstone project, what I discovered is that over 90% of the trash is within the first mile of all the hiking trails that I studied. So those people aren't doing 3 miles to go to town and pick up food. They won't even do 2 damn miles on these trails.
Exactly.
So yeah, don't judge us,
Well, you can if you want, but
but don't.
I will explain. I'm explaining why to us a mile and a half into town and a mile and a half back is a lot.
It's a lot. So that concludes our week. Week 17.
Yay!
Week 17 on the Pacific Crest Trail.
What?
Yeah, this takes us into July 2nd, 2022. We did a whopping 124 miles in 6 days.
I mean, that's nothing to.
Scoff at. No.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we did a 20, we did an 18, 12 and a half, a 31, a 30, and then a 13.
Jeez.
I know. Look at those miles, right?
Man, we did back to back almost 60.
Yeah.
No, we did back to back 60 miles
Boy, we booked
in
it.
2 days.
Felt good.
Did it feel good? I don't see. That's probably why I was so tired. That's why I just wanted to go to a hotel and sleep.
And we did. Motel.
Motel.
Do you want to do an environmental corner?
Let's talk about your trash on trails, actually, since that's coming up, and talk about, I guess, let me ask you, like, tell me about your poster.
So what I did is I love to hike. I hate dirty hiking trails, and I wanted to fuse those two passions together. So what I did is I decided to, in our county, which is Summit County, Colorado, hike 11. I intended to do initially 10, but I added an extra one.
Because of me, really.
Yeah. 10 of the most popular trails in the county based on what the Forest Service said were those most popular trails. So that's the Dillon Ranger District, USFS. So they gave me a list of those 10 most popular trails, and I went and hiked them, picked up all the trash on those trails. I had, it's not quite a survey grade, but it is definitely a GIS grade GPS device. It's called a Bad Elf Flex Mini. Has a pretty solid accuracy, within 6 feet or so 3 meters. So yeah, I went and picked up all the trash on these trails. Basecamp helped me out a lot with picking up this trash. She can attest that it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and you find a lot of trash and a lot of weird things out there.
We found the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm like trying to make stories in my head because I'm like, who would ever leave lingerie out here with candles? I mean, I guess they had sex, but they just left it out here.
Yeah, 3 pairs.
3 pair of lingerie in different parts of the trail.
And a almost completely burned candle. I don't know what's happening. So we did 10 trails. And that includes the trailhead, the entire length of the trail as you would find it in all trails, and picked up trash along the way, documented it, took pictures of it with timestamps so I could know what piece of trash on my GPS device correlated to what type of trash material, what type of trash use, etc. via the photo. So through the 10 trails and then an 11th trail, which I decided to do because she actually went to go hike her dog on this trail.
And I love this trail. It's in Hoosier Pass, and I love to hike Loba in the winter and the summer.
Yeah, it's about a 4-mile little loop.
And I hadn't been there, I think, yet for the summer. I think. Or maybe I had done the summer and I hadn't been back in a month or something.
Yeah, you did this towards the end of leaf peeper season.
So it was like September?
It was in September, yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'd done this trail with Loba in July. Might have been the last time I did it. And I was doing it again with her. It's a great loop. Like, you can add more miles. It's like 4 to 5. You know, I want to do a jog with her. And I see and I come upon, and this is so disgusting, trash upon trash upon trash, piles of trash just sitting in the front of the parking lot.
So there is a sandwich board, and it is held down by a little bucket filled with sand as a weight. And the sandwich board is talking about shuttles to the trailhead.
That's it. No trash can.
There's no trash can.
There's no trash can,
there's a lid on the bucket as a weight. And people have just dumped piles of trash on this thing. It's disgusting.
Disgusting. So I sent a picture to Wesley, and he was like, this is disgusting.
I was livid. I reached out to the Dillon Ranger District and the volunteer entity that volunteers and cleans up trailheads. And I was like, this is unacceptable. Like, blah, 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 blah.
But what was funny, though, is when you were cleaning up the trash on this trail.
I went back about a week. I went to that trail about a week later after she sent me this picture, and it was clean.
It was clean.
And there was actually someone from the town of Breckenridge, a younger guy. He said that his boss was pissed
when she saw that picture.
Whenever they saw that photo, somehow they had gotten it, and they had sent someone out to clean it. So someone had done a great job cleaning, but there's still a lot of trash out there.
Yeah, so he decided to make that his number 11 because it was like, wow, and it's a very populated trail too.
Yeah.
So tell us about the poster. So he has this poster. Are you able to actually post this after you've done the presentation to Patreon?
Yeah, I'd be happy to put this.
Like a PDF?
Yeah, I'll probably just put this on social media just to represent. So these are the findings. So on those 11 trails total, I ended up finding 1,699 pieces of trash. Can you believe that? And so what I did is I ran a lot of different statistical tests and analyses in a program called R to see if different things having to do with where the trail is, how far away it is from a town, how long the trail is, stuff like that. I wanted to see if there was any correlation between these different characteristics for these trails and the amounts of trash found on those trails. So let me just read you this part of the discussion. This is really just describing trends that I saw with trash counts and those trails. So graphically, trails with higher counts of trash were not in a wilderness. So these are national forests, but not in a wilderness. Wildernesses are maintained only with very primal, rugged tools.
So more difficult to
And the
hike.
terrain is probably a little bit more difficult to hike, so people probably avoid them. Higher trash counts were mixed use trails. So not just foot use, but allowed bikes and even one allowed motor vehicles. Higher trash counts were on those trails that had toilet facilities. And I am a firm believer that the toilet facilities were added to these trails because they're so popular. I don't think they were the egg before the chicken. They're the chicken, if that makes sense.
Meaning they're causing.
Meaning these are already just really popular trails, and that the fact that there's a trash can there means that they're just so popular. People put those temporary porta-johns there.
They do that because they think that will help, but it's not helping. Is that what you're saying?
They do that because there are so many people on these trails already that they are installing toilet facilities for these people to use.
Right. What I'm asking is do you think they're helping or not?
No, they're not helping.
That's my question.
Because trails with more trash also had the toilet facilities at their trailheads.
Gotcha.
So it's not a preventative, it's the Band-Aid. It's the Band-Aid. Trails with higher trash counts were loop styles. So not point to points or out and backs. Because people would be too damn lazy to do out and backs. They want to get the most bang for their buck with a short 1-2 mile loop. And that's why they had the most trash at them. Trails with more trash were further from municipalities, so further from towns, so longer drives, which I thought was kind of the opposite of what I anticipated.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Do you think it's because they didn't want to take the trash with them? So they're like, I'll just leave it here, like, because then I have to drive somewhere to take it.
That's a good question. Not sure.
I'm just curious, yeah.
Trails with more trash were easier in difficulty, and trails with more trash, had most of that trash found near their trailheads, which makes sense because the majority of people are going to be at trailheads and they have vehicles. You open a door and a piece of plastic or paper flies out. You don't even know it. So the trailheads themselves just promote more opportunity for trash to be left, whether it was intentional or accidental, which sucks. I know. These are some stats that y'all will find interesting. So, 1,699 pieces of trash total on 11 trails. The most trash found on any one trail was 474 pieces of trash. The least trash on one trail was 34 pieces.
Which ones were these, by the way? I'm just curious for my own.
The most trash was on the Hoosier Loop that you sent me the picture of. The trail with the least trash on it was the Salt Lick Trail System.
Really? The one where we found all the lingerie?
Yeah, the lingerie and the candles.
So that was a part of the 34.
Yeah. The most common materials that I found on these trails were plastic, paper, and toilet paper. And that was roughly 24, 17, and 12% respectively. The least stuff that I found on trail were batteries, leather, and diapers. Those were 0.06 and 0.12%.
It's because we found a diaper.
Yeah.
It was a full on.
I found 2 diapers on all the trails.
The gross one was in that little lake pond
Old
thing.
Dillon Dam Reservoir.
Yeah, and it was a dirty,
swollen.
Closed up diaper
swollen.
that was swollen.
It was sitting in
and
the
there
reservoir.
Was shit leaking out. That was water liquid.
Yeah, it was liquidated. It was in the reservoir.
It was inside of it. And people were fishing and swimming.
Yes.
It was so gross.
Assess your fishing pools before you fish in them. Okay. And then I also broke down the trash, not only into material type, but use type. So the most common use types were stuff that I could not identify. So like little scraps of paper, or maybe some miscellaneous piece of plastic that I just could not tell what the heck it went to. But the second most common was hygiene-related products. So these are going to be toilet paper, wet wipes, feminine hygiene, stuff like that.
Ladies, if you listen to this podcast and you're female, please, please, please pack out your tampons, pack out your pads. Please pack out anything that has to do with your period. Do not put it in the ground.
Yeah.
Because that is what we found.
It's a lot of tampon tubes just rammed into the ground.
It was disgusting.
And then the third most common, food, which is about 18% of all the trash that I found. Hygiene was about 22.
Wait, what about wag bags, the dog bags?
I put them actually in their own separate statistic because I found that so interesting.
Yeah, because there's so many of them in our culture.
Least common material type uses were ammunition, batteries, and sunscreen, all at 0.06% of the trash. Yeah, I found a bullet, a battery, and a tube of sunscreen. One of each. Wag bags, you'll all find this interesting. So these are all going to be plastic wag bags that had poop in them. I had 113 that I picked up. That comprised 6.65% of all trash materials and about 8.65 of all trash types, use types.
That's a lot of wag bags that had poop in them.
Yeah, I know. And then I took all the trash that I found in this program called ArcGIS Pro. I plugged in all the trails, all the trash data, and I set buffers from the trailhead to see, hey, like where's the most trash found within 0.1 mile or 0.25 or a half or 1 mile. And so these are those percentages across all 11 trails for where the majority of the trash is found. So within basically just the immediate vicinity of the trailheads themselves, 57.56 of all trash that I found was just at the trailheads. So 57.56 of basically 1,700 pieces of trash.
So that's like half. Oh, it's over half.
Yeah. Within the first 0.1 mile, including the trailhead, 67%. Within the first quarter mile, including the trailhead, 78%. Within the first half mile, you can see that the percentages are getting smaller. Like the gaps between those percentages are getting smaller now. Within the first half mile, including the trailhead, you're looking at 83% of the trash. And then within the first mile of hiking that trail, including the trailhead, you have 90.46% of all the trash. So if volunteer crews were to clean up just within the first 1 mile, including the trailhead, they would get over 90% of all trash to be found on that trail within human eye shot from the trail.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
I guess that's why we love through hiking or going deep in, because you don't see as much trash.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy to me.
Wow.
But yeah.
His poster, he did a lot of maps.
Yeah.
And they look amazing.
Yeah. They show a lot of the density clustering. If you look at the maps, you can see the trailheads obviously have the most trash. But I pointed out a lot of the attractions on the different trails. So like lakes or waterfalls or a beautiful vista. And you can definitely see increased trash density in those locations as well.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
Where people loiter, trash proliferates.
And that should be the title.
Yeah, and I've got more stats on here. Some I'm not going to tell you because it'll be just kind of boring. But
it's only for scientists, you know. Scientists love this shit. They get off to this shit.
But there are just so many things that I could have done to try and see if there was a correlation there. Like
you had so much data.
Yeah, I mean, I could have spent several more months trying to analyze this stuff, but I had to synthesize it as best I could into layman's terms for this finished product.
Yeah, and he's been spending it's like a full-time job for him right now.
Yeah.
So yay, I'm so glad it's gonna be over to Friday.
Yeah, Friday soon. That is our environmental corner. So all these things to say, lots of trash was picked up, most of it by the trailhead. I have information on the different types of trash that I found and what detriments that they can have on the ecosystems. But by far, of all the materials that we found, plastic was the most abundant, was the most abundant on all the trails. And trash, such as plastic, turns into microplastics, which turn into nanoplastics, which can be blown around,
get into our
watersheds, and just all types of stuff. So plastics, especially these smaller types, are known to cause oxidative stress, which leads to cancer or higher risk of cancer. Plastics are even known to decrease the rates of photosynthesis in vegetation. So that is definitely something to be concerned about, right?
So we need to be more aware
of the plastic that we use and how we dispose of it.
Yes.
And even if you are recycling plastic, you may not be recycling it, because you could just be putting it in a recycle bin that gets sent to a facility that doesn't give a rat's ass about it and ends up going in the landfill anyway. So do some research on where you send your recycled items to. Even if it takes a little bit more effort, it might be worth it.
And also, if you're going to hike trails, please, 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 I know sometimes we might be tired and we see something float a little bit further away because it fell out of our bag or something. And we're just like, it's fine. But it's really not fine.
Yeah.
We really should go and get it because
it's a mindset.
Our nature doesn't deserve it. And we don't deserve it because now those nanoplastics are getting into us and we really shouldn't have that in us. We were not naturally made to have nanoplastics.
No, we were not.
Wesley's gotten really on this this horse lately. So we've been trying to buy more glass stuff.
Yeah.
Which scares me because I break a lot of glass.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, thanks for sharing that with all of us. I'm excited to get to see it on Friday for real and get to see him like have his big poster and people come up and ask him questions.
Yeah, this is making me think of a few good questions and trying to premeditate those answers.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. It means the world to us.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, email us at yetiwalksintobasecamp@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our socials or follow us on the ginger_and_the_joy or Yeti Walks Into Basecamp as well on Insta.
Check out The Fire Once Lost, who is the artist, allowing us to use their awesome soundtrack, Appalachian Trail, for our intro and our outro music. We love their vibe, and they just released a new song, so go check out that song.
And also, huge shout out to our editor, Charlotte, for this episode. We appreciate every single thing that you do for us. Thank you, Charlotte.
Yep. And lastly, thank you to all of our listeners. We appreciate your listenership. We love that you take the time to check us out and listen to what we have to say. Even if sometimes we ramble and we get a little too political, at the end of the day, this podcast is about hiking and just our true, raw love for nature and the outdoors. Speaking of outdoors, if we ever see you out there and you see our little husky dog that you think is probably a wolf before you ever see us,
this is what we're going to say.
We'll eventually get to you, and we'll get to the husky dog, and we'll say, Happy trails.